when considering arguments for and against the existence of God, you can't get too far into the subject without learning about a view called causal finitism. Causal finitism is the belief that all of causal history must be finite. For example, when you think of a chair, when does it begin? Well, if you were to trace the chair all the way back to its beginning, it would be finite, not infinite, on such a view. If true, it helps to elaborate reasons for God's existence, as space, time, and matter are all created as finite things, and needing some kind of external reason for their existence, causes that we can argue must be leading us to God. So how do we argue for causal finitism? Well, first, we could bring up multiple examples of paradoxes or just straight-up contradictions that would lead us to believe in causal finitism. The more examples you have, the higher the probability of causal finitism. So my favorite paradox is the Grim Reaper paradox. It starts as such. Think of a guy named Fred. It's 10 p.m. and Fred is asleep. However, at 12 p.m., a Grim Reaper will kill Fred. But there is another Grim Reaper at 11:30 p.m. And there is another Grim Reaper at 11:15 p.m. And then another Grim Reaper at 11:07 and 30 seconds p.m. And so on to infinity. From 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., Fred is alive. But after 11 p.m., Fred was killed. But who killed Fred? Well, was it the 12 p.m. Reaper? Well, it couldn't have been because it was the 11:30 p.m. Reaper. Well, you could ask if it was the 11:30 p.m. Reaper. Well, no, because it would have been the 11:15 p.m. Reaper. Well, could it have been the 11:15 Reaper? Well, no, because then it would have been the 11:07 and 30-second Reaper. So you just continue to follow this reason all the way to the infinite Reapers, and it creates this paradox. No Reaper killed Fred, yet Fred is dead. This is just a straight-up contradiction. So it's far simpler, using some kind of Occam's razor, which is basically saying the best explanation is the simplest explanation. So you could just say, it's just simpler to explain this paradox with causal finitism, as it would dismiss the infinite chain leading to the one Reaper. Killing Fred at one finite time is what you would then conclude. And this gets rid of the contradiction or the paradox whatsoever. So again, on this view, it would just support some kind of first cause premise, leading us into some kind of theistic framework of some sort. And the more of these that you can think of, the higher the probability of causal finitism would be. So, some like William Lane Craig's Hilbert's Hotel, that's another interesting one. But for even deeper insights, I definitely recommend a couple philosophers that go even deeper than this. Alexander Proust and Rob Koons are two Christian philosophers who've made a career out of these kinds of arguments and have many books and podcasts and what have you into going in that. So I just want to give people the available resources to go even further if you would like. So thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe for more content, and let me know what you guys think of this kind of argument down below.